folks. We're going to do another Art Fair 101 today, and today I'm talking about merch like stickers and acrylic pins and bumper stickers and magnets and things like that. Merch items, t-shirts, bags, whatever. When you should or shouldn't have them in your space when you're vending. All right, this is a mistake that I made really early in my vending career that I wish I had known about. Basically, if you're going to an art fair that is a traditional fine art fair, and by that I mean you're probably outside, not always, but typically where I live, you're outside, you're in a 10 by 10 foot space, you have to set up a tent, you have to get in there with a booth shot and pictures of your work, a very typical fine art fair. 95% of those fairs do not want you to have merch items, and there will be repercussions if you bring them anyway. So most fairs like that will have in their rules, and this is specifically for 2D artists. I don't know what life is like when you're not a 2D artist, because I am a 2D artist. So there's different kinds of things going on in other parts of that world. But for 2D artists, there are rules. They basically want you to bring original artwork and then limited run reproductions of that artwork. Maybe. Some shows are just original artwork. I don't go to those shows. I don't have enough original artwork. I sell it too fast and make it too slow. But most shows that I go to, at least that I've experienced, in their fine print and their rules, which you should read through every time, there will be rules on merch and how they don't want you to have them. They just want you to have limited run reproductions of your work, signed, numbered, and below 200 to 250. Now, if you bring merch items anyway, if you bring stickers anyway, let's say you didn't read the rules. Let's say it wasn't in their rules. Sometimes it's just assumed that, which is not good practice, but like they just assume you know not to do that. And sometimes the rules are really long and it's easy to miss stuff, which isn't an excuse, but it can happen. If you bring it anyway, what's going to happen is like one of like four things. They could do nothing. Sometimes people have rules in their applications that they have because they see everyone else has those rules and they don't enforce it. Sometimes they'll walk into your booth, the judges will, and they'll be like, hey, we noticed you had this. That's against the rules, please remove it. Sometimes they'll come into your booth and say, hey, we noticed you have this, that's against the rules, leave. That's not fun. But more often than not, what I find happens is they won't say anything to you. You'll think the first thing happened. You'll think that they just didn't care. But then you will never get invited back again to that show because you broke the rules. And if you can't follow the rules, they won't have you back. Now, I'm not saying that stickers are bad or merch items are bad or that you shouldn't make them or that these rules are sensical and good and it's good that I'm not saying that. But it is reality and it is what will happen. And it's something I wish I had known when I first started to vend, because I'm sure there's a fair amount of shows that I went to with my stickers and my like hand done Cricut bags in tow that I was very proud of, that probably pissed some people off. You know, I probably rubbed some shoulders the wrong way, and I wasn't trying to. I was just oblivious, right? I didn't know. That's a thing that you need to take into account. Now, that being said, I'm not saying that you shouldn't make stickers, that you shouldn't do merch. Merch does numbers at a lot of like holiday events near Christmas. Online, I sell a lot of merch online. I'm dipping my toes into the con sphere, and that's like all people want when you go to a con is merch items like that. So there is a time and place. There's nothing wrong with them inherently, and I could wax poetic about why fine art fairs feel that way about merch items and whether or not I think that's ethical or good. There's a stance to be made in either direction, and I can't say that either one is inherently wrong or flawed. It's a very complex discussion, but just so you know, so you can learn from my mistakes that I made when I was a wee artist, don't bring merch to art fairs unless they explicitly say that you can and you've checked and you've looked. All right, just signed and numbered limited run reproductions. That's it.